Sorry, my head itch. It itch. Okay, so I was on Facebook and isn't it weird running into an ex? Like, especially when you guys end on, I wouldn't say bad terms, but it was a weird ending. And every time I see like one of them update their status, it's just two. It's just two on Facebook. Every time I see them update their status, it's like awkward. Like, no, I remember one time my ex called and of course I erased the number. What was I holding on to it for? Broke up with him. So, I mean, it was months and months and months later, but he called and was like, what you doing? I was like, nothing, I'm chilling, what you doing? He was like, you at home? I was like, yeah, I'm at home. Because the voice sounded familiar, and I didn't want to, be like, who was this? And then it was somebody I should have known who it was. And so I was like, wait a minute, who is this? And he was like, you don't know my voice? I was like, you sound familiar. And he was like, oh, so what you saying, you ain't got my number no more? And I was like, huh? This is my phone, I think I got a new phone. I got a new phone. And he was like, man, it's blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh, I looked at the number. It was like, this number looks so familiar. I knew I had known it. And isn't that awkward? Like, he called you, he got your number. It's like 5 months after y'all just broke up. He calling you, checking up on you, see if he can come past. That is so awkward. Oh, and this is the kicker. So he comes on over, right? I put on a shirt, jeans, didn't cute it up, but spruced it up. And he looking all nice. He was cute. And I had on his fresh little outfit. And he was like, so what you been up to? I was like, oh, nothing, looking for a job still. I was looking for a job at the time. Maybe I need to wash my hair, huh? I'm like, yeah, chilling, I ain't really doing nothing. He was like, so what's your plans for today? I was like, well, I'm supposed to have a friend come over. We just gonna chill, probably watch TV, or we probably gonna go get something to eat. You never know what we gonna do. When friends get together, you never know what y'all really gonna do unless it's planned, and I don't plan much. So he's like, oh, for real? So we started laughing and talking, and he had got a new truck, and I'm looking at the truck, and I'm like, all right, you're doing this, you know what I'm saying? You putting your stuff together, boy. Talking about how he wanted to move out of his parents' house, and he was looking for an apartment, but he wanted to get a roommate. And he was doing things. Like, I was like, wow, you got yourself, you know what I'm saying? You always had yourself together, but like, you really doing it up now. You really doing something. You doing too much. Pause. So he started tickling me and messing with me, flirty things. And I was like, well, watch y'all did that. Oh boy, you better stop. You crazy. Don't touch me like that. And he went in for a hug and was trying to pop. He was trying to pop a bra straps. I was like, well, wait a minute now. What you think you're doing? Okay, we not, in a relationship, but we don't do that at all. We don't do that. So, he was like, I bet I can. I'm like, I bet you can too. Just stop. So we fighting around and wrestling around, and it just like, to him, I could see it was like, oh yay, old times. We was always wrestling around, like messing with each other for no reason. Like, I shoved him, pushed him off a couch, made him fall. He picked me up and threw me off the bed. We weren't violent at all. We were just playful. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what is he doing? We are over. You don't need to be all touchy upon me, And so after all that calmed down, we're sitting on my front steps outside the house, and he was saying something, and I was like, yeah. And I think I have a habit of doing this, but it's usually because I feel like my lips are dry. So it was a warm day, of course, and I was a little ashy, so I knew my lips was dry. So No, matter of fact, he was ashy. That wasn't me. My mistake. I had to think about that because I told him never story, never time. So, I'm like, lick my lips, because it was a little dry. And my man, no matter of fact, back it up a little bit, sit on the front step still, and he was laying on my lap, and every time his phone rang, he would look at it and press the mute button. I'm looking like, cut them girls out because of me. Hey now. I thought I was doing something. I'm like, I got him shutting things down. We ain't even. But no. So we sitting there, and once again, messing around, playing with each other, and he was trying to say something, and I was like, what? You know how somebody does something, right? And then they try and kiss you. He tried to kiss me on the lip lockers, the money makers. I was like, woo! You almost got me. Stop playing. And so I thought he was playing, but as I guess you can say his aggressiveness kicked in, he was like, no, give me your lips. And he just kept trying to kiss me. Now, if that's not awkward, I really don't know what awkward is anymore. Because that was awkward. Imagine your ex who you really don't have feelings for like that anymore. Like, you rather be friends, but you really aren't like, oh, I miss you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was like a nice, kudos. But, the last thing I knew, you had a girlfriend, right? Or you was talking to somebody, right? I was single, but you was in some type of talking ship or something. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know where your lips have been. Let alone, why are you trying to kiss me? Like, remind you, it was like 6 months, maybe about 6 months after. That was probably, I would say, my first time talking to him. No, my second time talking to him on the phone since it was over. My first time seeing him since it was over. No, it was my second time seeing him after it was over. It's like, alright. And the first time I seen him was probably a week after it was, the relationship was over, just chill, talked, let amends be amends. But for him to try and kiss you after the relationship is over kaput, and I felt so bad. Like, I just felt so bad because he was going in for the kill, and I was like, you're not gonna kiss me. Get away. Get away. And he just was so persistent, and I was just like, and like, well, he was like, alright. I mean, like, it got bad. Like, we was rolling around freaking concrete I was rolling around freaking concrete trying to keep him from kissing me. Like, I had scuffed all this up. I was ashy afterwards because of him. I'm just like, you know what? You're doing too much. He almost made me fall off the railing. Like, could you imagine? That is embarrassing. Terrible. Isn't that awkward? Like, how do you deal with, okay, say you were out and, you're missing your ex, and you see your ex-girl, your ex-dude with another person, and they're all kissy and bunned up, and you're like, you are with your friends, your girls, your mans, and you're like, yeah. I know for me, I'd be like, I wanna go. Can we go now? That is like, back to what I started off with. It's one person, when I see him on Facebook, update his status and stuff, I'm like, you were just living a life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are really enjoying your singleness. You shouldn't enjoy this so much. Like, it makes me feel bad because it was like, was I holding you back from doing what you wanted to do? I mean, like, what was the issue? So that's the problem. I don't think I'm fully over the relationship, though I am, because I talked to numerous people after it was over. But to me, it's kind of like fresh on the mind. Like, I remember how everything went down, and I'm just like, I don't know. I guess I have